The very first day of my camp, he was in training camp, getting ready for Pacquiao because he thought he was gonna be fighting Pacquiao at the time. I just jumped off the plane. I drove from Denver, Colorado to Colorado Springs. It's like an hour and 30-minute flight. I get there. I get to Colorado Springs. They say Bud at the gym sparring. So I'm like, I'm gonna go over there and watch Bud spar. I end up going over there to watch him spar. And as soon as I get in the gym, I'm like, I start talking to him. I'm like, you look slow, champ. Like, but I'm just playing around, like, just his head a little bit. Right. Because he always, like, a big critic on me. Anything that I do wrong, he'll tell me. So I tell him, like, you look slow, champ. He tell me to, if I look slow, strap up. So I'm like, what? Like, you know me, like, I strap up anytime, and everybody in the gym looking, mind you, I just got off the flight. He just did probably like 10 rounds already. He's still talking to me, so I go to the car, I go grab all my me and him end up doing like 8 rounds straight, but it's like fresh off the plane. Right. He fresh off of doing 8 rounds, and it's like 2 people who just competitive. Like, it don't matter time, anywhere, time, place. We gonna have to spar because it's like we competitive at the end of the day.
Have you ever given Bud Crawford that work though?
Man, I don't speak on sparring. I know I ain't gonna speak on sparring. That's my brother at the end of the day. It's great work. That's all I'm gonna say.
No doubt.
He a great fighter. He one of the best fighters I've ever been in the ring with.
Best fighter in the world, man.
W Live, the grand opening of Merchant Hotels Las Vegas. Top Rank taking over the entire month of June. Stacked cards starting Saturday, June 12th, 3:30 on ESPN Plus, 7 o'clock on the network. There they are, Shakur Stevenson, Jeremiah Nagatia, the vacant WBO Interim Junior Lightweight World Championship. As always, this is boxing. This is Top Rank. We'll see you tomorrow as they step on this chair.
One more, guys, right in front. Here we go. One more.
Shakur. How I'm going to destroy you.
I'm damn sure not losing to no cop. I promise that's what God, I'm not losing to no cop.
Yeah, just come Saturday night.
Amazing tape. So how did you prepare for this fight? Because there's not a lot of footage on your opponent.
I just feel like when I'm at my best, it don't matter who the opponent is. It's been like that my whole career. Since I've been an amateur, you don't know who you're going to fight in the amateur. You come up and you just got to fight them. So at the end of the day, when I'm at my best, nobody can beat me.
Jeremiah, welcome. Very excited. 21-1, 17 knockouts. What are you looking to show your fans Saturday night?
First and foremost, I would just like to thank Top Rank for the opportunity. So for sure, I'm come here for a big one. So I'm ready. I never had bigger than how I prepared for this fight. And then come Saturday night, I'll show.
Do you feel you're being a little underestimated here?
Not really.
Feel good?
Yeah.
You don't feel like all the attention's coming to this guy? You think you're being overlooked a little bit? Yeah, no big deal.
No. Whoever underestimates me, he's gonna be surprised come Saturday night.
He said what? What'd you say?
He said he's ready to come for you Saturday night. What do you think?
I'll beat the shit out of him.
I heard you had an interesting sparring session with Bud Crawford, the start of camp. What can you tell us about your time with him in the ring?
Sparring with Terence is like, you sparring with one of the most competitive fighters in boxing. And I guess when I first got to camp, he was already in camp and he was getting ready for Pacquiao, which he thought he was going to end up fighting. And I came in and I came to watch him spar. I started talking shit to him like, you look slow, champ. And he got mad at me and he like, get in here and show me I'm slow. So then I went in to the car and grabbed all my stuff and we ended up sparring like 8, 9 rounds. And it was some of the most competitive and best sparring that I had in so long. So I enjoyed it a lot.
Was he slow?
Nah, not at all. He speeded up when he get in the ring with me.
When you geared up, it became real. That must have been an experience. Back home, you work as a police officer.
Yes.
First of all, thank you for your service. Talk about that. More difficult to be a professional fighter or more difficult to be a police officer?
It's good, you know, when you are a force member, sometimes it opens your mind sometimes, especially when it comes to what you go through, you know, it strengthens your mind, you know, when you are enforcement. Yeah, so you go through, you know, a lot of tough, you know, life, you know, tough challenge, so but it opens your mind more broader.
You've won 10 straight fights by knockout. Your last 10 fights you've won by knockout. How have you grown as a fighter? And what can we expect from you now that you've got these 10 knockouts under your belt and you're walking into what is probably the biggest fight of your career?
All I know is I can knock anybody in this 130 pound. No, I can destroy anybody in the 130 pound. So just come Saturday night, gonna see Shakur. How I'm going to destroy him.
I'm damn sure not losing to no cop. I promise you, I swear to God, I'm not losing to no cop.
Yeah, just come Saturday night. I'm gonna show this boy how he's done.
Might get arrested maybe after the fight for some shenanigans. No, you okay?
I never lose a 5-0.
Well, we hope we have some police officers watching who will make sure that doesn't happen. Bob, what do you have to say about this main event?
Well, you know, I want to tell everybody over my career, and the one thing I've learned is never underestimate an African fight. Because even though it's a big continent and there's a lot of different countries, I remember when guys like the great Azuma Nelson, Ike Corte, John the Beast Mugabe, when they came over, little known guys, and they gave everybody a run for their money, and a number of them became champions and gave the marquee guy a lot to handle. For example, I remember when I did Ike Corte against Oscar De La Hoya, a lot of people thought at the end of that fight that Corte had pulled it out. Oscar got the decision. But African fighters come with a lot of strength, and Jeremiah, I think, will epitomize that. Now, he's in with a very, very tough task, probably the best young fighter in the world in Shakur Stevenson, but he's going to give it a go, and I think it'll be a very, very exciting fight.
Talk about your journey coming to Las Vegas for this fight, because I've heard various stories, different accounts of how you got here, but tell us how you actually ended up in Vegas and how long it took.
It was a bit long journey, you know, to come back, I mean, to reach Vegas, but, you know, I feel at home. I don't know, my mind feel at home. I feel like I'm in Benuk right now. So, it's, you know, it's been a long journey to reach Vegas, but I feel good, you know, I feel happy that we arrived safe here, and then we just continue with little touch-up, you know, just to be on the way, and we are good.
Well, we're excited for Saturday night. Shakur, one last one for you. Again, mentioning probably the greatest young fighter in the country, maybe on the planet. How does that help your mindset, knowing that you have the greatest boxing promoter of all time in your corner like that?
I mean, like at the end of the day, I listen to it, but you can't get like too hostile. I hear it, but you still gotta complete the task. And I try to stay like in between. I don't try to like listen to everything that I hear and then just go off that. I try to make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do too. So I put in a lot of good work this camp. My preparation was good, my weight good, and I'm ready to fight Saturday.
I love hearing that, because I actually wrote down here that there's a lot of chatter in the world about the Herrings and the Valdezes, and I know that your name is in that discussion nonstop. How do you stay focused on right now, right here in this moment, knowing that probably those names are going to be in the ring with you sooner rather than later?
I mean, at the end of the day, we've seen a lot of upsets these past 2 years in boxing, from Anthony Joshua, when he lost to Ruiz. You watch Josh Warrington lose to the dude Lara. So we've seen a lot of upsets. You can't just go in there and sleep on this dude. This dude coming to fight at the end of the day. So I'm well prepared. I'm ready for Saturday, and I'm gonna give it my all.
Well, I'm excited for Saturday. Gentlemen, I want to thank you. Bob, I want to thank you for sitting in as always. Gentlemen, leave your microphones right there on the stage. Hit those X's and let's do the first face-off of the weekend. Evan Korn, come on up here with that belt, because that's what it's all about. It's going down Saturday. Thank you, Evan. Shakur Stevenson, Jeremiah Nakatia for the vacant WBO Interim Junior Lightweight World Championship. On behalf of Mr. Bob Arum, as always, this is his top rank. Steph, hold that belt up over their heads. Let the world see it. There it is right there. The vacant WBO Interim Junior Lightweight World Championship. Coming live, the grand opening of Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. Top rank taking over the entire month of June. Stacked cards starting Saturday, June 12th, 3:30 on ESPN Plus, 7 o'clock on the network. There they are, Shakur Stevenson, Jeremiah Nakatia, the vacant WBO Interim Junior Lightweight World Championship. As always, this is boxing. This is Top Rank. We'll see you tomorrow as they step on the scale.
One more, guys, right in front. Here we go. One more. Good stuff, guys. Thanks.